My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 150. In this lecture, we will try to understand hypothesis testing with the help of p-value approach for two-tailed test. We already discussed p-value approach for one-tailed test in lecture number 148. Now we will try to understand how to do hypothesis testing for a two-tailed test. How do you know it is two-tailed test or one-tailed test? I already discussed this concept. Let me recall. Let me say my H naught is null hypothesis if it is mu equal to mu naught. Let me assume this null hypothesis is mu equal to mu naught. For alternative hypothesis, I have three possibilities. What are they? In alternative hypothesis, let me say like this. Yes. What is my H1? My H1 may be mu greater than mu naught. My H1 may be mu less than mu naught. My H1 may be mu not equal to mu naught. Depending on the sign of alternative hypothesis, I can decide about whether it is two-tailed test or single-tailed test. For example, if your sign is greater than, if in alternative hypothesis, if you have greater than sign, I can say that is a right-tailed test. That is right-tailed test. In alternative hypothesis, if you have less than symbol, I can say that is left-tailed test. In alternative hypothesis, if you have not equal symbol, that is two-tailed test. That is two-tailed test, isn't it? Generally, in two-tailed test, what will happen? There will be upper limit and there will be a lower limit. If any value falls above the acceptance region and below the acceptance region, you can reject. How will it be? Just see this one. This is acceptance region. This white portion is acceptance region. Yes. This one is rejection region. Yes, this one is also, as it is two-tailed test, you have rejection region in left-tailed as well as in right-tailed, isn't it? If it falls in this white portion in acceptance region, I can say null hypothesis H0 is accepted. First, we will try to understand how to calculate p-value in two-tailed test. Note that p-value for two-tailed test is always two times. Two times means double. What does it mean? Two times, or I can say double. Is always two times the p-value for either one tail test. Either one tail test means that may be left tail test or that may be right tail test. Just calculate that left or right tail test and take twice of it, means just double it, so that you will get your p-value in two-tailed test. As it is symmetric curve, how will you get p-value in two-tailed test? Just double it. Calculate p-value for either left-tailed test or right-tailed test. Just that is the depending on your symmetric property. Now, how can I conclude? What is my rejection rule? Rejection rule says reject H0 if p-value is less than or equal to alpha. Just calculate p-value. How will you calculate p-value? Just take twice of either left side value or left side value or right side value. Anyway, first we will try to understand procedure, then we will try to understand with a simple example. Just what you have to do? You have to calculate Z statistic Z. What is my Z value? Z equal to x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. What is my x bar? X bar is sample mean, mu is population mean, and sigma is standard deviation, n is sample size. This is my formula for calculating. This is a procedure to calculate Z. Once if you know sample mean, population standard deviation, and sample size, you can, depending on the problem, you can calculate your Z value. Anyway, after calculating Z value, you have two possibilities. What are they? Your Z value may be greater than 0 or your Z value may be less than 0. If it is greater than 0, find the area under the standard normal curve to the right of Z. If it is less than 0, find the area under the normal curve to the left of Z. Depending on Z sign, either I can find area on right hand side of Z or left of Z. Anyway, you will get some value, some Z value in step 2. Just take that value, take twice of it. That's what it says, double that value. That is the p-value for two-tailed test. Double the tail area obtained in step 2 to obtain the p-value. Now we know what is rejection rule. What is my rejection rule? What it says, rejection rule is reject H0 if p-value is less than or equal to alpha. We will try to understand this with one simple example. Just say this one. This is an example for milk carton. Assume that a sample of 30 milk carton, means what is the sample size here? Here my sample size n equal to 30. Just say, assume that a sample of 30 milk carton provides a sample mean. What is my sample mean? Sample mean x bar equal to 505. That is my sample mean. The population standard deviation is believed to be 10 ml. What is my population standard deviation? 10 ml. Perform a hypothesis test at 0.03 level of significance. Alpha equal to 0.03. Population mean 500 ml. 500 ml. This is my population mean, isn't it? This is not mu. Just let me correct it. What it says, population standard deviation. My population standard deviation sigma is 10. Sorry. Yes, population mean. What is my population mean? Mu. What is that mu? Mu equal to 500 ml. Now I must formulate null hypothesis H0. H0 means status quo. What is status quo here? What are they claiming? Population mean is 500 ml. That is mu equal to 500 ml. This is my null hypothesis, that is status quo. What is my alternative hypothesis? Simply mu not equal to 500 ml. Why? Because if in question, if they ask something like greater than, higher, more, bigger, larger, in that case I can take mu greater than. If it is in question, if they ask something like lesser, fewer, if they ask something like that, I can say mu is less than. But they are not mentioning like that, isn't it? In that case, simply I can take mu not equal to 500 ml. Means it is two-tail test. As I told you, this comes under two-tail test. Now we identified variables. Now we will try to solve this problem. Just say this one. What is null hypothesis? Determine the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. What is my null hypothesis here? What is my status quo? Population mean equal to 500 ml. This is my status quo. What is my alternative hypothesis? Mu not equal to 500 ml. This is my alternative hypothesis, isn't it? This is determining null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. In question itself, they have given level of significance. What is my level of significance? Just go back and check in question. They are saying 0.003 level of significance. Now compute the value of statistics. From previous slide, we already calculated these parameters. What is my x bar value? Just go back and refer my previous slide. X bar is 505 and mu is 500. Mu is 500, sigma equal to 10 and your n equal to 30. And what is your alpha value? 0.03. Now just calculate z value. What is my z value? Z equal to x bar minus mu by sigma. What is that x bar minus mu by sigma? This is x bar 505 minus mu 500, sigma 10 and 30. That's 2.74. This is my z statistic. 2.74. 2.74 is my z statistic. Now what I have to do? Is it greater than 0 or less than 0? According to the procedure, if z greater than 0, I must take right tail test. This is standard normal curve. For standard normal curve, what is z value here? 0. Now you are getting z value as 2.74. Let me say this is 2.74. Now I must find this area. How can I find this area? It is simple procedure. We know how to calculate this in Python programming language. What I have to do? 1 minus, just see this, 1 minus this entire area under this normal distribution curve, entire area is 1. From 1 minus, I will remove this portion. Which portion? 1 minus norm dot CDF. I already discussed what is CDF in my previous classes. Cumulative distribution function, CDF 2.74. Means from entire area 1, I am removing this cumulative distribution function, means I will get area from minus infinity to 2.74. I will get area. I am subtracting this red portion from entire normal distribution curve and from the entire normal distribution curve, so that you will get this right, so that you will get area right side to the 2.74. That's the p value actually. This is my p value, isn't it? Now just go to your Python notebook, Jupyter notebook, just calculate this. It's simple and straightforward. I already calculated 1 minus stats.norm.cdf. You will get this one, isn't it? But as I told you, after calculating this, you must take twice of it. How can I take twice of it? Just say 1 minus, what it says, 1 minus stats.norm.cdf dot into 2. Into 2 means just, are we not taking twice of it? Yes. Now, this is my p-value. Which is my p-value? Which one is? 0.00614. This is my p-value. This is my p-value. Now, I must compare this p-value with the alpha. What is my alpha? I already discussed alpha is 0.03. Now I must check what is the rule. Rule says reject H naught if P is less than alpha. What is my P? 0.00614, something like this, is less than 0.03. Is it true? Yes, it's true. This is P, this is alpha. P is less than alpha. Therefore, we can say we reject H naught. We reject H naught. What is my H naught? My H naught is mu equal to 500 ml. Isn't it? That's my H naught. Reject H naught means there is no sufficient satisfied evidence to infer that null hypothesis is true. This is my null hypothesis. What does it mean? The mean, I can say like this, the mean filling quantity is not 500. Therefore, what is your conclusion? As null hypothesis is not true, as we are saying that we are rejecting, there is no sufficient evidence for null hypothesis. Therefore, your alternative hypothesis must be true. I can say the mean filling quantity is not 500 ml. This is simple procedure. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment. Thank you very much.